The polo shirt is one of the most purchased items of clothing for men over 40, and it is also one of the most worn incorrectly. Most men grab a polo, pull it on, and assume they look sharp. But there are three specific mistakes that are incredibly common after 40, that turn a polo from a powerful style statement into something that quietly makes you look older, heavier, and less put together than you actually are. In this video, you are going to get the complete polo shirt guide, what to look for, what to avoid, and exactly how to wear one so that every time you put it on, it works for you, not against you. Stay until the end, because the last point is the one most men over 40 completely overlook, and it is the one that makes the biggest difference. Let's start with why this matters. The polo shirt sits in a very specific zone in men's fashion. It is more elevated than a t-shirt, but more relaxed than a dress shirt. That middle ground is exactly where most men over 40 live their daily lives. Not in suits, not in gym clothes, but somewhere in between. Done right, a polo communicates something important. It says you are a man who is put together without trying too hard. It signals confidence, good taste, and self-awareness, all without saying a word. The problem is that most men treat the polo the same way they did at 25. They buy the same brands, the same fits, the same colors. And the world has moved on. After 40, your body has changed. Your lifestyle has changed. And the way you need to dress has changed too. The polo that worked in your 30s may be quietly working against you now. So let us fix that. The single most common mistake men over 40 make with polo shirts is fit. Specifically, wearing them too large. Here's what happens. As we get older, many men go up a size to hide a larger midsection. Understandable, but what actually happens is the opposite of what you want. A polo that is too big does not hide your body, it broadcasts it. The excess fabric drapes over the midsection, creates horizontal creases across the chest, and the shoulder seams sit too far down the arm. The result makes you look heavier and older. Here is what correct fit actually looks like. The shoulder seam should sit exactly at the edge of your shoulder, not hanging off it. The chest should have a gentle, relaxed fit, not tight, but not billowing. When you lift your arms, the shirt should move with you without the hem flying up. And the sleeves, this is important, the sleeve should end at the mid-bicep, not at the elbow, and not bunched up near the shoulder. One practical note, if you are between sizes, always go with the smaller size and have it taken in slightly at the sides if needed. A tailor adjustment on a polo costs almost nothing, and the difference is significant. The fit is the foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. The second mistake is the collar, and this one is more subtle, but it matters enormously. The polo collar is what separates this shirt from a t-shirt. It is the detail that creates the elevated look. But there are two ways men over 40 get this wrong. The first is wearing a polo with a collar that has gone soft and floppy. This happens with age and repeated washing. A polo collar should have enough structure to lie flat and hold its shape when popped. If your collar is curling, wilting, or bending inward, the polo is past its prime. It needs to go. The second collar mistake is popping it up in the wrong context. Popping the polo collar is a look that had a moment, and that moment has passed. For men over 40, it reads as dated rather than stylish. Keep the collar flat, lying neatly against the neckline. Clean, simple, sharp. There is one exception. In a very casual, relaxed summer setting, a collar slightly lifted as a nod to vintage Riviera style can work. But it needs to be intentional, and the rest of the outfit needs to support it. When in doubt, leave it flat. A final point on collar fabric. A polo with a ribbed, tightly knit collar will hold its shape far longer than one with a softer woven collar. When you are shopping, gently fold the collar and see how well it springs back. That tells you everything about how it will wear over time. Now let us talk about color, because this is where many men over 40 are quietly making a mistake that is costing them. The polo shirts that age men most are the ones in faded, washed-out tones, particularly pale yellow, light orange, and certain shades of red that clash with the natural warmth of mature skin. These colors were perhaps fine at 30. After 40, they can work against your complexion and make you look tired. The colors that consistently work well for men over 40 are navy, white, mid-gray, forest green, and burgundy. These are not boring choices. They are sophisticated ones. They complement most skin tones, they pair effortlessly with trousers and chinos, and they photograph well. One principle to keep in mind: the darker and more saturated the color, the more it tends to slim the silhouette. Navy and forest green are particularly effective if you want a slightly slimming effect. On patterns, keep them subtle. A fine stripe in 2 tones is the maximum. Bold stripes, large chest logos, and graphic prints move the polo into casual territory that rarely flatters men over 40. The goal is understated confidence. Let the fit and quality speak, not the pattern. This is the section most men skip, and it is the one that makes the biggest visual difference. Not all polo shirts are made equal. The fabric determines how the shirt holds its shape, how it drapes on the body, and how it looks after 6 months of wear. The gold standard for a polo shirt is a piku cotton. It is the slightly textured weave you see on classic polo shirts. Piku holds its structure, breathes well, and maintains its shape through repeated washing. It is the fabric that makes a polo look and feel intentional. What to avoid: thin jersey polos that cling to every contour, heavily synthetic blends that do not breathe, and anything with visible pilling on the chest or collar after a few washes. These fabrics look fine on the shelf, but they age poorly. You do not need to spend a fortune. There are excellent polo shirts available at mid-range prices. The key is knowing what to feel for. Pick up the shirt. It should have weight. It should feel substantial. The fabric should spring back when you pinch and release it. That is the quality marker. One more thing: length. The polo shirt should end just below the waistband of your trousers. Not too long, not too short. Long enough to tuck cleanly if you choose to, short enough to wear untucked without looking like you are hiding something. Now let us put it all together with 3 outfit formulas that work every time. Formula 1. A navy polo, slim fit chinos in stone or khaki, and brown leather loafers. This is the smart casual formula. It works for lunch, a casual meeting, a weekend afternoon. It is simple, it is elevated, and it takes under 2 minutes to put together. Formula 2. A white polo, dark indigo jeans with a clean straight leg, and white leather trainers. This is the modern casual formula. The contrast between the white polo and dark jeans is clean and sharp. Add a simple watch, and the outfit is complete. Formula 3. A forest green polo, tailored navy shorts to the knee, and tan leather sandals or loafers. This is your summer formula. The green and navy combination is sophisticated without being loud. Keep accessories minimal: a watch, perhaps a simple bracelet. The polo shirt is not complicated. But wearing it well after 40 requires attention to 3 things: fit, fabric, and color. Get those right, and you have one of the most versatile and powerful pieces in your wardrobe. Now, before you go, do me one small favor. If this guide helped you see the polo shirt in a new way, take a moment to hit the like button. It is a simple gesture, but it tells me which videos are landing with the men watching this channel. And it helps me create more guides exactly like this one. And if you are serious about dressing better after 40, about looking sharp without trying too hard, then subscribe. Every week, I break down the pieces, the fits, and the small details that separate men who look put together from men who do not. You do not want to miss what is coming next. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay sharp.